Jiwa kambenga ngela chanza ni kukwata wewe ni yaye kwetu wakupinga na musele baba mvuruga jilolwe Jiwa kambenga ngela chanza ni kukwata wewe ni yaye kwetu wakupinga na musele baba meme kusengelela Tone mujinga kule chibango cha bushwa kuchupa mfuse munene chanana ya kutoa meme kusengelela Tone mujinga kule chibango cha bushwa kuchupa mfuse munene chanana ya kutoa mvuruga jilolo Jiwa kambenga ngela chanza ni kukwata wewe ni yaye kwetu wakupinga na musele baba meme kusengelela Tone mujinga kule chibango cha bushwa kuchupa mfuse munene chanana ya kutoa chena kupwa moyo chibango cha mukawe chilijimu shimu cha menu wakansumare chena kupwa moyo chibango cha mukawe chilijimu shimu cha menu wakansumare chena kupwa moyo chibango cha mukawe chilijimu shimu cha menu wakansumare chena kupwa moyo chibango cha mukawe chilijimu shimu cha menu wakansumare
Fellow Ambazonians, I salute everybody. I greet all my mami and papa them way that they listen to Ambazonia. I greet everybody where don't come for can see say make Ambazonia Iwaka for before. I greet all my fellow Ambazonians where they don't see am say make Rebel TV. It be the most active TV station for Ambazonia. I want to thank everybody for making say make this production be very effective. They go block we tire, they go block tire. If you join we make una share, I will take a couple of minutes for greet a couple of Ambazonians the way they always join live. Even where they block TAPAng, they go always come live for come salute with TAPAng IVO tango. Before then, I will try way for see how we program a couple of things then. Let's see. Yes, I switch from camera A to camera B. When I sabi say this one a Rebel TV. Rebel TV will be possible for switch between two cameras because na TV station we get cameras all side. Okay, yes, make I greet a couple of people where they always watch. Gospel Perez says no killing. Yes, I greet you, Gospel Perez. Sango Pastor, I greet you, Sango Pastor. This man is a man of high Sango, Napa Sango. Alvin Pride, I greet you, Alvin Pride. Eta Orok Kingsley, I greet you, Eta Orok Kingsley. Ayuk Paul, I greet you, Ayuk Paul. I greet a couple of people where they watch Dialogue Reconciliation. I greet you. So my name is Dialogue Reconciliation. Ayuk Paul Anvales, una Anvales, that one a black leg. I greet her. Blaze through Asanji, I greet you. Everybody where they watch, when I just keep sharing because we just start this edition for today. So Ambazonians will get a lot for talk about today because I stand here to represent the Ambazonia Defense Forces. I stand here as the spokesman of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. I stand here as the rebel spokesman of all the rebels in Ambazonia. So I greet everybody where they come. I hope my sound quality be 5 on 5. I hope my video quality need lack. Una sabi say Rebel TV na the best TV station because we get a big screen where we show presentation, we change site, we show people exactly to where it happen. How when La Republic terrorists, then they go for inside Ambazonia for go destroy Ambazonia. Ambazonia na the newest country in Africa. Ambazonia na the best country in Africa. So if you watch, una share because we'll go explain a whole lot of things then for here. Most people they always think say Ambazonia na country where it is inside Cameroon, but I wanna lie. They show na the illegal occupation of Ambazonia and why terrorists they don't get into Ambazonia for destroy our women and children. If I switch to camera B for here, when I go see a lot of things then where I go show one up on a screen. Make una watch as I don't program a presentation. Make una watch as I don't program make I just hide this one. 1 second. Now bear with me, make a show now things that we don't program for here. Alright, make una watch as I don't program a presentation. This one a map for Ambazonia. When I see the map for Ambazonia, when I don't see Ambazonia very well. So make some person know can't say Ambazonia na part of Cameroon. No. Ambazonia get own map. Ambazonia be an independent country in Africa. So Ambazonia get the own map. I want to see the map for Ambazonia for here. When I see red, when I see blue, and when I see yellow. So this map for Ambazonia they show now one thing. This map for Ambazonia they show now exactly the number of states they work inside Ambazonia. The group I'm inside Savannah State. When I see Savannah State for here. And under Savannah State, we get Ndop, we get Nkambe, we get Bali, we get Wum, and we get Kumbo. That means under Savannah State, that means as we don't get our independence, we don't divide Ambazonia into 4 main states or 3 main states. Equatorial State, when I don't see them for here, Midland State, I would get Savannah State. So if you come up for Kumbo, you come up for Ndop, you come up for Nkambe, you come up for Wum, no say you fall now under the Savannah State. And if you know say you come up from Midland, that means say from Santa or Batibo, no say you fall under the Midland State. And then we get what Equatorial State for here. Now wait my show on this. We get what Equatorial State for here where it consists of Limbe, it consists of Tico, it consists of Boya, Mundemba, and Moyuka. So this one na Equatorial State. So we get a couple of things the way we will show now for this particular edition for let everybody know. So we'll be out for educate the people on their history. We'll be out for educate the people on their academics. We'll be out for educate the people on their economy. So we'll get a Savannah State, and we don't see the number of states the way they for under Savannah because I talk so because GCE they come up. So for GCE we'll ask begin for Ambazonia. Name the 3 states of Ambazonia when I get to name Savannah State, Midland State, and Equatorial State. What are the countries or what are the cities or the counties under the Savannah State? When I list Ndop, Nkambe, Bali, Wum, Kumbo, Ndu, Mbengwe, Fundong, all that when I list them. What are the cities under Midland State? Una list Santa, una list Batibo. Yes. Una list Santa, una list Batibo, una list Manfio, una list Aquayan and others. What are the cities under, how they call them, Midland State? Una get to list all of them and the rest. So Ambazonians will show now all this one as education. For let everybody know, say we want to educate our people, we want to tell our people, say we get a country, and that country is the newest country in Africa. Nobody knows if stand against our independence, and the never born person will stand against our independence. So Ambazonians are the show when I make all man understand, say the whole this site, when I don't see the Ambazonian map. This one Ambazonian map, where this map be bigger than certain countries in the world. In fact, we are bigger than more than 60 countries in the world, including Equatorial Guinea. So we be very big, and because we are very big, we are bigger than Equatorial Guinea, we are even bigger than most European countries. So we already have our key states. We get 3 main states, and under those states, we get very big counties or very big cities. So make man no fool you. We get about 5 million population when they did now also for Ambazonia. 2 million that run for refugee. So that means our total population there around 8 million, and we get a lot of resources. So Ambazonians, I open everybody eye, make everybody understand the importance of things we fight for. We fight for the protection of our resources. We are fighting to protect our cultural heritage. We are fighting to protect our territorial integrity. We are fighting to protect our civilians. We are fighting to protect our resources. From who? La République du Cameroon colonial terrorists. Ambazonians, I will switch for the other side for my screen, and I will show now other things the world on programmer. When I sabi say as we do for inside Ambazonia here, we dey show now even things the way, because we don't show now the state, we dey show now the people where they don't come for can illegally occupy our state. And who are the people where they don't come for illegally occupy our state? Now La République du Cameroon military terrorists. So La République du Cameroon military terrorists, they are about 15,000. That means 15,000 La République du Cameroon military terrorists. They don't come for can terrorize our state. And these terrorists, they come up from Bulu, Cameroon. That means a neighboring Bulu, Cameroon. And these terrorists, they're the worker. They don't militarize our entire cities. They don't kill thousands of our citizens. They don't displace hundreds of thousands of our citizens. And they don't bring so much untold economic and humanitarian crisis in Ambazonia. And who are these terrorists? Now then this for when they work off roads. So when I see these terrorists, the way they work off roads for kill our women and children, we want to kill them before they can kill we. So we'll be very honest with our words. We don't want and we shall never ever stand for the promotion of terrorism in Ambazonia in broad daylight. All these people will go bring them down within no time. Ambazonians, as we speak right now, some big things they go on where La République du Cameroon, they want show say that them own Ambazonia. And because they want show say that them own Ambazonia, I will show now all these facts, make I put up for screen here. And because they want show say they own Ambazonia, make I start with this one set, make I even start with this one. Okay. Because the one show say they own Ambazonia, La République du Cameroon don't invite CPDM. La République du Cameroon, they don't invite CPDM. That means a CPDM, that their political party, made a go hold dialogue. And this dialogue, we don't always stand against dialogue for one main reason. We don't recognize the legitimacy of neighboring La République du Cameroon. We stand for negotiation because we believe in the international system. We believe in the rule of law. We believe in the Westphalia Treaty that created states, sovereign states. And if La République du Cameroon, we don't violate our state sovereignty, they feel say they call for any form of dialogue. And we get some small leaders among we the one claim to be big leaders for go represent the 8 million Ambazonians in no go work. This is the strategy of La République. They don't publish lists. When I see this list, fine. Now names of CPDM people. When I like I'm going to read them all we together, if we read all this list. They don't publish list of people, they win as CPDM people. All them, CPDM. You know, they see their names and all. These people are people where they represent Ambazonia according to La République. These people are people where they go decide on the fate of Ambazonia. And as I speak of this evening, they don't vote, say there shall be nothing like independence for Ambazonia. And say they go find solutions for solve their problems. Their problems will not include Ambazonia. So any man where you stand and you think, say you think go for any form of dialogue, we are not rushing in this war. If you feel, say you get too horn for your head, Go for the dialogue, you will come back and meet us shooting. When I see the names there for this, when I see these names there clearly, when I go see another name where they call us Nsalai, Mrs. Nsalai, when I don't see a name for them, Mrs. Nsalai, that means that this Mrs. Nsalai, now that criminal we don't exist for Ambazonia, where the criminal been at the first head of the spy agency, an agency equivalent to the KGB. That criminal where they call and say Minister Christopher Nsalai, where he be die. Now a woman that where they don't put in name for dialogue list, and the woman where they put in name for dialogue list under Northwest, the woman Nabulu. That means that Paul BIYa first woman is small sister. Nabulu Cameroon woman where they don't put here for dialogue committee, may they go dialogue for Ambazonia. So what do you expect? You feel say all these people where they did for this list, they go say make Ambazonia it divide or make the state together with La Republic. Of course, option B, they go stay together with La Republic. So now you want to tell everybody, as we speak, we go to show now more evidence, as we evidence the facts. Make a show now more evidence here. 1 second. Yes, when I see the names them, I think everybody can see the names them. When I go see that, must show the number, whatever, must show the number. When I hold on 1 second. Okay, let me go. Una bear with me as Sabina the technician. If una see the number for here, una see number 46, I think. 46? Let me see. I need to see fine. Yes, number 40. Una see number 40. Una see list number 40 for here. Now Mrs. Salai what they talk about. I wanna sabi all the atrocities committed by that Mrs. Salai and her former husband. Una late husband. Una sabi all the atrocities committed by La République du Cameroon, their entire ministers against civilians. Una know all this and we document and make everybody know for a fact. Say we will get our independence, but La République they do everything to please the international community. Say we are ready for dialogue. We are not dialoguing with La République. We shall negotiate. And the only person for call for a negotiation will be a third party intervener. Some people they don't ask me the question, say, Ivo, why would I deny the Swiss talks? Good. We deny the Swiss talks because the Swiss government, even before the one calling for talks, the Swiss government talk say they stand for regionalism. If person one call you and your woman for discuss problem for separation, he tell you already say you no stand for una separation. You go there. That's the question. Swiss government already make open statements. Say it stand only for regionalism. Regionalism means a federalism. Now, in fact, now a lesser form of federalism, but now a bigger form of decentralization. So La République, their Swiss government, they make everything for please the Swiss government and for please the Ambazonian people. Now you will get some stupid, foolish leaders them among us when they don't go join Swiss Cameroon for Geneva for talk about Ambazonia where they don't represent we. So for that reason, I'm going to show a key number of facts. I'm going to show a key number of evidence on the side of the screen when I just watch. I will show a lot of things and where even La République, their newspaper, they don't describe. Say these are the faces of horror in Ambazonia. Whatever they describe as the faces of horror, me I don't understand. So they don't put our faces as of today, this morning, Le Quotidien newspaper. You don't put our faces. Say the most horrific, the people the way they feel act horror movie. That means a wish film for inside the world. Now number 1, Sisiku Ayektabe. Number 2, Ayabacho Lucas. Number 3, Chris Ano. Where Chris Ano fi actor because of that him up. Number 4, Mark Barata. And number 5, TAPAng IVO. Say these people they feel act horror movies, and they don't create horror. Horror means say they make people that they fear. For instance, Ambazonia. Well, we need to make people that they fear, make a clear the air on this particular story. We need to make people that they fear. No. We make our enemies to panic. Whatever makes the enemy to panic, we don't care. And for that reason, so other newspapers don't come out again, we don't write. Say not be only the people where they call and say the axis of horror, or make a put this there. I don't know why my computer they worry. Okay, I get it. So other newspapers don't come out, they call and say Le Pelican or Le Pelican. You don't come out for right and say not be only the axis of horror, this one are the axis of evil. The axis of evil means that the people in this way they cause the real damage for La République du Cameroon. Of course, our problem, our main goal is to make the system completely ungovernable. When we say make the system completely ungovernable, it is very political. Number 1, The people are supposed to benefit from the democracy. And if the people cannot benefit from a democracy, which is government of the people, by the people, and for the people, therefore we have to make that particular government ungovernable. Number two, our right to secession be undisputed. We get a right to break up. So we don't decide under our legitimacy for break up from neighboring La Republic, and by breaking up from neighboring La Republic, we are making the system completely ungovernable. So make no man of fool for this life. We don't come for can remain for East Ambazonia. We don't come for can show Ambazonians and the entire world. So we are not ready for anything called dialogue. This morning I want to watch Twitter. I see whether Nigo Tabi or whatever, Taginibo or whatever, one of those diplomats or Nolan or whatever. He don't write. Say Ambazonians, they lose their chance for international community if they no dialogue. Now listen, I didn't get that thing from site. I should have was cast out on a for you. He writes, say Ambazonians, they lose their chance. Say Ambazonians are losing their chance. I think most of you will get that script. That international man, whether na Nigotabi or Nagitibo or whatever, he write up for Twitter. Say Ambazonians, the way they no one go for dialogue, they lose their acceptance, or not even acceptance, their international community sympathy. In his own words, international community sympathy. Make a be very clear on this for one real second. Ambazonians, for the last 60 years, the international community neglected you. Ambazonians, for the last 60 years, more than half a century, the international community neglected you. In fact, 60 years ago, they sold you to neighboring Nigeria and sold you also to neighboring La République du Cameroon. They never wanted you to even exist. That is why they wanted to kill your cultural heritage, your integrity, and your human dignity. So if Nagitibo, they can't talk now, say if we no go dialogue, we go lose our international sympathy. That is very stupid. That is very callous of you, Mr. Nagitibo. Why? Number one, you have never ever stood for us. If nobody say they don't start kill our people, they will show on social media, you will be silent. Number two, we don't always stay with La Republic, give them the olive branch, but they gave us bullets on our heads. Number four, before we want to take up arms against La République du Cameroon, we took up peace plans. We protested. They killed our innocent protesters. We protested. They jailed all of our leaders. We protested. They militarized the entire Ambazonia. What do you expect us to do? If you think our problem is the international community, our problem is not the international community, because the international community has never ever been for us. Our problem right now is that our people should unite, arm themselves, because the international system is based on two key things, what they call self-help system, any man for himself. And number two, the fight for survival. That is what the international system is based on. I don't care on what political realism you stand on, or classical realism, or neoclassical realism, or idealism. The international system itself is a self-help system. Any man for himself. So we don't believe if the international community will sympathize with us. Because when Sudan was fighting, they did not care about the international community. They are fighting for their own survival. If you don't fight for your survival now, they'll extinct you and nobody will fight for your generation tomorrow. So the best time for you to fight for your country now. The next best time for you to fight for your country, day. The best time for you to fight for yourself now. So make no white man in white skin can't tell you, say, oh no, if you don't go for dialogue, you will lose international sympathy. What international sympathy, by the way? What have they done to you since the struggle starts? They don't give you guns, chambat. Ambassador come out from these things, on a senator or whatever that she calls herself from California. A go La Republic, enter Ambazonia? No. Nagitibo, they ever go for Ambazonia for even go give chop, for give people then chop? No. They don't ever supply guns them as they supply guns for Sudanese, supply guns for other countries to fight for their independence. They don't ever give anything? No. So what international sympathy is he talking about? Apart from writing stupid press releases, apart from writing stuff where they go for please the international community, say, oh no, we stand for mediation, we stand for this. The only thing we stand for You cannot trick us, white man, for the second time. The only thing we stand for will be a negotiation. If you talk about negotiation, we'll come there even tomorrow. In fact, we will sleep by the door, the way negotiation. But if you talk dialogue, we are not going for any dialogue. Because dialogue means you are with La Republic. Dialogue means it's an internal affair. Dialogue means you are recognizing the legitimacy. Our illegitimate leader, Paul BIYa. Dialogue means you are trying to recognize the illegitimate leader of Ambazonia. Dialogue means you are bringing all Ambazonians vivre ensemble with Cameroon. It no go ever work. Ambazonians, made that one go clear for people that heads them. So I explain this one because I know the international community did watch, and they go interpret them for their pidgin language. They go interpret them for their pidgin English for nothing where TAPAng IVO try to explain. So as we speak, the dialogue don't go on. Cardinal Tumi, you don't say you want dialogue here and La Republic. Cardinal Tumi say you want time for dialogue here rich. So for that reason, he and La Republic, the one dialogue. So as we speak, na Cardinal Tumi that way there for front page newspaper for the year. When I see Cardinal Tumi don't say the time for he for dialogue, it don't reach. The time for you for Shidon for La Republic du Cameroon, their table. For talk to it on the talk and for the last 40 years, it don't reach. Whatever will make a change, there is no change. Cardinal Tumi himself, they tell you for inside this hall. Make a put a maybe clear. 1 second, make a maybe very clear. Cardinal Tumi, they tell you for inside this hall. Say, my young man, they tell Cardinal Tumi for here. When I see a whole part, Cardinal Tumi. Now the thing is where they can't vex me for this particular mboko. A whole part, Cardinal Tumi. Small boys then, like John Gute. Who be John Gute? That means they don't even reach Cardinal Tumi age. Small boys like John Gute, we did not even born them for independence. Now the boy is John Gute, this one so the big head. It is done for lecture Cardinal Tumi. It is done for lecture Cardinal Tumi. I beg people to understand one thing. When they talk about dialogue on the round table, it means that nobody will be equal. But when I look at that table will be a round table. That particular table, as one of the siam, now a flat square table, and the person where they ever sit over the edge for that table, it means that the leader. So it means that anything where they discuss in this hall, it is null and void because it is for La Republic. Cardinal Tumi, when a big man, we feel lecture this idiot, we should on the table. Cardinal Tumi, they should on the Mumon Gombe, they look, maybe they tell you how they get to live as one. Ambazonians, make a be very clear. It didn't say some time for this Ambazonia. All these old people, they don't start lost their brains. All these old people, they don't start misunderstand how to look things. All these old people, they don't start misunderstand how to look things and to interpret things. John Fronzi, he don't old, he don't confuse, we don't know what did happen. Cardinal Tumi, he don't old, he don't confuse, we don't know what did happen. Paul BIYa, he don't old, he don't confuse, we don't know what did happen. Philemon Young, that one don't old, they don't drive it for us as of yesterday. All them, for that age group, they get a particular Alzheimer's disease. When that Alzheimer's disease, it shows them they unite. Ambazonians, if we want to unite with this kind of people, we are not going to ever get peace, we are not going to ever get rest. And so now for this reason, why they tell when I say anything with this old papa that they discuss and dialogue table, it will work. As of this morning, I don't wake up, I don't see even Ambazonians that they move propaganda among themselves. Say they don't invite them, La Republic don't invite them. But tell you now, La Republic don't invite any of them for diaspora. I see something about Mark Barata and the rest. Those things are made by us to send out as propaganda to destabilize the dialogue and to make mockery of the dialogue. La Republic no fit invite any of una for dialogue because they know say una will understand una whole gun una kind for bad things. Number two, if La Republic get any intention for solve this problem, they go call the United Nations, say they hold a conference where go be a negotiation. But as of now, La Republic still knows that they own Ambazonia and they own Cameroon. And for that reason, you where they want to negotiate with people that where they know say they will still stand for vivre ensemble. So Ambazonians, we all know what is happening in La Republic du Cameroon. We all know what La Republic du Cameroon is capable of doing. But we shall all stand to see say La Republic du Cameroon they never ever succeed for whatever the agenda it be all about. So I will show another thing we come off for ground zero as the program my screen for here. Where are those facts? 1 second. As the program has screen for here, La Republique du Cameroon, the enter inside some house today. Be very unfortunate. Our sympathy to this family. As of this morning, from Moyuka, they entered inside some house. They broke the door for the house. Still, as we talk about La République du Cameroon and their terrorist atrocities, so that they see the La République du Cameroon terrorism. As they broke into a house today from Moyuka, it not only end for day, they broke into a house today from Moyuka, and it not only end for day, they kill this particular papa with the sleep for on top bed. That means in La République du Cameroon, they broke inside a house and shot somebody dead. I might even show the video how they broke inside the house. And I just will let me show the video yourself. And I just hold on make a show the video because some people they could say sometimes with a joke na joke. Now the door for the house that La République broke inside. Now the door for the house that shows me everybody this year. Now the door for the house that La République it broke into. La République it broke into this papaya house for this morning as I speak. La République du Cameroon Bulu terrorists. So Bulu terrorists, they broke into this papaya house for Moyuka. Mash door, that means they send foot, jam door, they broke them. As they jam the door, they broke them, something happened. The pa be sleepy on top bed here in your family. They not only shoot the pa, they take collars, they cut the woman, they buy your woman, your foot. Whoever put that for you, they go blog me on Facebook. They take collars, La République du Cameroon, cut the buy your woman, your foot on top bed. Take collars, cut the pikin. That means the pa begin one pikin. They cut the hand. That means people they enter for morning time, they see one foot, one hand for down. Where the foot belong to the pa your woman, the hand belong to the pa your pikin. They shoot the pa for your head, and a way una the see for here as evidence. When una the show una facts, make una believe the facts. As una the see na the house this, make a move this picture on us here. As una the see na the house that, and at the pa that where they push up a truck. If I feel even zoom open the picture when I was here, like that where they push up a truck. This man be sleep quietly for inside the house. La République du Cameroon Bulu terrorist got into his house, broke the door for his house, take collars, cut this man one at the same for years so he hand, he woman he foot, cut them. Let me say they take collars so chap yes, chap he cut four. They carry small baby where they sleep on top bed. Put in, cut the hand so bam for short sleeve. Now in this we don't document and with the show now. When I put enough for this page, they'll go report and say TAPAng IVO they show violence. But all man already see the photos, all man not see the videos. AMBAZONIANS, we they show all of this one make everybody understand one key thing. We'll be out and we are out to protect civilians. And if we are out to protect civilians, listen to a little bit of order. There is no way we will ever think that our actions can kill our own citizens. Never. We are out to protect civilians. When we tell someone respect ghost towns, we know what we're talking about. When we tell someone respect boycotts, we know what we're talking about. When we say lockdown, we know what we're talking about. When we say no school, look, the ordinary Bulu, that means this terrorists one at the same for years on Bulu them. All the one I say for years so these are Bulus, Bulu. These terrorists one at the same when a Bulu. They go can't kill people like this, Papa. These Bulu terrorists, as soon as they see them for years, so make I even move the things for years, they blur me, show and fine. These terrorists want to see them for years, so that means this La République du Cameroon terrorists. They come for can't kill this Papa. And when they come for can't kill this Papa, now because they want to listen simple advice. If you want to stay at home and stay safe, everybody will be happy. If you want to respect ghost towns, everybody will be happy. If we not respect boycotts, everybody will be happy. If we not respect civil disobedience, everybody will be happy. If we not buy guns for fight Bulus, for fight these Bulus, everybody will be happy. AMBAZONIANS will keep showing more facts, more videos as we talk, because we believe, say now only propaganda and information against our terrorists, against our terrorists, we did it for inside our land, come off from Bulu Cameroon for can kill we. If we stand against those terrorists, we shall keep up with the fight for our independence. AMBAZONIANS, this one, na picture we come on live from ground zero. We don't send this picture for International Human Rights Watch. Say me International Human Rights Watch, they see exactly who are those who are armed in Ambazonia, armed and looking for civilians to kill. Make a show na something where sometimes people don't understand. These people that they work with military gear, not with police gear, military gear for inside civilian neighborhoods. What are they looking for? Be honest to yourself. It tells you that there is a war already going on against civilians. Not be saying a police. In time of riots, they will send police. But when you see military, even from United States, worker with uniform for inside streets, knows that there is a war going on. This is clear evidence that there is a war. And when there is a war going on in your land, what is your problem? What do? Number one, start thinking of arming yourselves. If you don't think if you arm yourselves now, when will you ever arm yourselves? If you don't think if you buy guns right now to protect your civilians, when will you ever buy the guns to protect your civilians? If you don't think if you buy guns right now for fight Bulu Cameroon terrorists, when do you think you will ever buy the guns? If you don't think if you stand right now for Ambazonia, the people where they give you citizenship for America here. Because yesterday I get a couple of people that call me, oh Ivo, write me asylum letter. Oh Ivo, show me SCNC. I tell them I didn't even do those things. But these people when they enter through Mexico Road and all of those people, when they enter America, they find asylum. The one they come with visitor visa can't find asylum. When they find the asylum, they give them under SCNC. The next thing is that they deny that they're not Ambazonians. We have a couple of people. You know a couple of them in America. If you tell them, say, oh, you stand for Ambazonia, they say, I know them for that thing. They ask you how he gets citizenship. He gets citizenship now through the Ambazonia, through the SCNC, through all of those organizations. So at the end of the day, we want to know our enemies. Some people that they come now for can profit for the struggle. So other one that they come now for can enjoy for the struggle. But they want to keep you desperate, useless, and poor. The Ambazonian people. With the show now all this one, everybody with America, if you know if you get conscience, I show see some of you now know the house there. Now terrorists that they pass front civilian homes. And some of you now, probably now on a grandmammy house this, or now on a family house this. If you know if you move your hand inside your pocket, buy guns for fight these people, then you're wasting your time. I'll give you an example. These people that work inside civilian neighborhoods. If these people that work inside civilian neighborhoods, imagine say Ambazonian man be get gone. We will tear these people then down. Imagine say so Ambazonian man be get for that house in the way he gone the get bullet. We will shoot these people them down, these terrorists. These are people intimidating civilians. Fight them. Kill them. These are people infesting civilian neighborhoods in broad daylight, shooting live bullets among civilian population in broad daylight. What do you expect us to do? Then this morning, I want to hear Nagitibo, or one of those people. I even sure I even get the message, chef. One must see that US ambassador. I get the name. I go open line after this. One man go call there, and I'll just hold on. We'll still get time to talk. I go open line. Everybody go call. Make I put the number. 1 second. This morning I saw a communique. I don't know who I see that communique. I go share it with everybody when I go see them. I see a communique written by Nagitibo. Okay, here is it. Make I share this communique. Make everybody see them. Okay, it is sharing right now. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay. I don't get the communique. I want to share. I want to show everybody. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. When I read this communique very well. Ambazonians, I want to make everybody focus on this communique. I want to make everybody focus on this communique. When I want to show now something where it's not Nagitibo. I accept my apologies. It is Herman Cohen. Herman Cohen, a big man for inside United States. This morning, as I speak, Herman Cohen, he writes. When I look up on the side on the screen, when I look to where Herman Cohen, he writes this morning for Ambazonia. He said, Cameroon make a show now first big mistake. He put na Cameroon we say UN. He put na O. It's a Cameroon separatist. Instead, for rather say Ambazonia separatist. It's a Cameroon separatist. My point am because some of these people that they write, una need to analyze them, una only share them. Una read them for una screen, everybody will read with me. It's a Cameroon separatist. Of course, it is a logically dubious mistake. We are not Cameroon separatists. We are Ambazonian separatists. Cameroon separatists will lose vital international sympathy. You write down. Say we will lose vital international sympathy if they continue to refuse dialogue. Una hear Chris. Una hear Chris from Chris Man. Make a talk up because this is freedom of speech. Una hear Chris from Chris Man. Say Cameroon separatists will lose vital international sympathy if they continue to refuse dialogue. Okay, maybe we analyze them line by line. We, Cameroon, no, it's not me. Maybe he's talking about Camto separatists or whichever separatists, not me. It's a we, the separatists, we will lose vital. He used the word vital. That means an adjective is a word that describes a noun. Make an analyze one by one become Ambazonia. The only way that Rebel TV can analyze something. He said we'll lose vital international sympathy. My brother, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since where this struggle starts, which international partner don't can show una sympathy? No man ask una the question. Because the day they say something I lie, I joke. Apart from Nigeria, where they even host for refugees, right? Apart from Nigeria, where they even host for refugees, which international actor, a state actor, has ever shown a shred of international sympathy towards you, the Ambazonian? Maybe some person not show you, but I don't know. Nobody. This man said we will lose vital international sympathy from who? For the past 65 years, let's say for the past 60 years in particular, una don't protest, say they before una join una with neighboring Bulu Cameroon. Join some of your other brother with neighboring Nigeria. Did they have sympathy towards your own personal existence? No. For 60 years, they kept fooling you to stay vivre ensemble with neighboring La République du Cameroon. Was that the international sympathy they are talking about? You know, and for the say, if they continue to refuse dialogue, make a be honest with you, Ambazonians. We have stood for dialogue even before Mr. Paul Biya became Prime Minister of neighboring La République du Cameroon. Our forefathers, who are responsible for us being in this mess, they are responsible because they were for dialogue, and that dialogue led to the independence of Cameroon with Ambazonia. That means for that dialogue where our forefathers misled us into was responsible for us now being illegally married to neighboring La République du Cameroon. So that means we have always stood for dialogue. Our forefathers even stood for dialogue and were tricked into joining neighboring La République du Cameroon. So when I get up, we analyze them one by one. I will still continue. He said, instead, they should accept dialogue. As stupid as it is. He said, instead, we should accept dialogue. Why don't you, ambassador, use the word negotiation? Because ambassadors speak as negotiators. They don't speak for dialogue. Administrative officers, ZEOs and the rest, they call dialogue. Ambassadors call for negotiation. That is the big difference between a dialogue and a negotiation. Those who call for negotiation are diplomats. Those who call for dialogue are administrative officers. So who are those administrative officers? The colonial administrators, like the senior terrorist officer, the terrorist officers and all of those. Those are the colonial administrators who are eligible to call for dialogue. So, Mr. Ambassador, rephrase your statement. We are here for negotiation and not for anything called dialogue. Number two, he write down, but as preconditions, demands for the release of all political prisoners. You see, now the thing with the maker, they vex me for this particular struggle. These useless people, they call and say ambassadors. I don't know whether now OH you worry them. I'll be honest with you. Yet to we write down, when I see from the side on the screen, I hope that everybody read with me. Yet to we write down, say they should accept dialogue, but as preconditions, yes, for the demand of the release of all political prisoners. Ambazonians will be very honest. Do you consider Sisiku Ayoktabe, Mancho Bibixi, Pen Terence, and all others in Ambazonia jail to be political prisoners, the word political? No. They are our prisoners of war. When I remember, they are not political prisoners. I have never known Sisiku Ayoktabe to become a politician. Does that make sense? I don't know Sisiku Ayoktabe as a politician. And neither do I even know Mancho Bibiksi as a politician. He has never been a politician. He is a freedom fighter who stood for the independence of Ambazonia. And here is an ambassador, Herman Cohen, when I see for the side of my screen. They describe those people in jail as political prisoners. This tells you where the ambassador stands. He stands for a vivre ensemble and not a divided La République du Cameroon with Ambazonia. So he calls even your president political prisoner. So someday when they will arrest Kim Jong-un, bring him for America, can't jail him. America will say he's a political prisoner. What stupidity. You arrest somebody of a different country, bring to your country to come and jail, and you call him a political prisoner. That is the epic of stupidity. Mr. Ambassador, make I continue more and read and more I understand what I'm talking about here. It's a political prisoners and a neutral mediator. The man said they will not really talk. So you want to find a neutral mediator in a dialogue. Where dialogue na La Republic column. You want to find neutral mediator within a country. My brother, just simply stand for negotiation. Then we will know that the UN is neutral. Or we will know that some other party is neutral. But as long as it is dialogue, there is nobody who is neutral. Because all of those people are being brought from the CPDM. All of them are either opposition parties that were former CPDM. John Fundi was a former CPDM and has never renounced his candidacy in 1995. Anyways, make a continue. And the government acceptance for their political legitimacy. What stupidity. The government acceptance for their political legitimacy. So which government are you talking about? The illegitimate government of Bulu, Cameroon? Or which one are you talking about? Our own government? Or which one? For their political legitimacy. What stupidity. What a useless post. Ambazonians are the show now all this will make everybody understand the reality. For people, white man, they feel use all kinds of style. Some white man, they feel use all kinds of style for further enslave you. So be very careful with the kinds of things you read and the kinds of things you share. We are the die-hard freedom fighters. We will tell you the truth as it is. We shall analyze it as it is. And we shall use their words against them. So make una be very careful. No be all thing when I share them for Facebook. No be all white man. Me I don't class with white man come on last for class. No be all white man get sense. No be all white man get sense. I don't shit up for class with white man. White man J class for head I come on first. So I want to tell when I say no be all white man get sense. No be because in a white man right time when I say be correct. No. When I get to challenge them. Scholarly, intellectually when I challenge them. Ambazonians, we don't win a war, and you will be very happy with the way the revolution is carry on. I'll be happy with the key aspects of the revolution. I'll be happy with the way Ayabacho Lucas, the leader of the Ambazonian revolution, Benedict Kwa, the chairman of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, Sheikh Kavi Womilim, one of the technical experts and advisors of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. I'll be happy with the way they don't coordinate the struggle so far. I am so impressed with the way they struggle the worker so far. I am so impressed with the conduct of our soldiers on ground zero. I am so impressed with the unity what is Siam, especially coming from the ground zero guys. This morning I wake up and want to check Ayabacho Lucas' page. I see Ayabacho Lucas don't publish something about ground zero defense forces. Excellent. It shows you how this particular Ayabacho Lucas, the leader of the Ambazonia revolution, be open, willing, acceptant towards other groups the way they fight for a common cause. If you be right now only ADF, or don't say, oh no, he don't talk about ADF. But he spoke about the Ambazonia ground zero defense forces. This is excellent. We need that kind of a unity in this revolution. The time don't pass for we for starting to fight each other, for go to kill soldiers, for go to kidnap people. That time is not there. Those people who do those things are Tanganji boys, Tanganji brothers and the rest. Ambazonians, if anybody fool you, say you feel win this war with your empty hand, tell that person say don't lie. If you discuss with the ordinary Southern Sudanese, he will tell you say they will buy guns, forget their independence. No country in the world even your grandpa, where Africa today, 54 states have their independence, including Ambazonia 55. No country in the world achieved independence the peaceful way. No country in the world achieved independence without self-defense. There was self-defense. You are defending your territory. You are defending your people. You are defending your human dignity. So many nobody don't fool you. Can't tell you say, oh, Ivo, when I scam. Yes, we shall scam you. My goal is to scam you from neighboring La Republic, brainwash you because you have been brain stained, and put you where you belong. So get this clear, because I believe you have been enslaved in neighboring La Republic. So my goal is to scam you. I want to scam. Let me steal you. Yes, you're a thief, no problem. Let me steal you, scam you from neighboring La Republic, bring you to Ambazonia, brainwash you. I want to brainwash you because you have been brain stained by La Republique Bulu Cameroon's corruption, bribery, nepotism, tribalism, Buluism, all of those isms. So let me brainwash you because you have been brain stained with all of those bad things and fit you where you belong in Ambazonia. Ambazonians, let this be very, very clear. I am Acho Lucas, you don't dare for South Africa, and Mr. Benedict Kwa as well. As of yesterday, the Ambazonia Defense Forces have been in South Africa. They are strategizing. I want to thank the government of Ambazonia. I want to thank the government of South Africa for standing behind the Ambazonians to give their leaders that platform to discuss on how they can raise money to buy guns and bullets to defend their civilians. I believe so much in South Africa because South Africa went through a similar path. Although that path has led them to some kind of xenophobic attacks because they tried erasing history from the minds of youths. When you try to erase history from youths' minds, it will never work. It will backfire in future. That is why we, the Ambazonians, La République du Cameroun, tried in every way possible to delete the history of Ambazonia from history books. And that is why, because information is power, we have now known the right information and we are rising up against the state. So do never in any way delete true history from the books of your generation or your future generation. It will backfire if you do it. So I want to thank South Africa for giving us that platform for raise guns, for buy guns, and for buy bullets, for defend our women and children back home. South Africa, we hold you close to our hearts. We shall continue to accept our legitimate right to hold on to buy guns and bullets. We shall continue to contribute, share our expert knowledge with you on how to stop xenophobia. We shall continue to partner with you on how we can fight colonialism and fight apartheid. We shall continue to partner with you on how we can share strategies towards liberation movements across Africa. So that is why Dr. Ayabacho Lucas, the leader of the Ambazonia Revolution, Benedict Kwa, the chairman of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they are all right now in South Africa, Durban, discussing raising funds with an international partner, how they can ship arms into Ambazonia, our country, to defend ourselves. Nobody no fool you. It is your right to buy guns. Do you know why? Because we, the leaders of Ambazonia, have told you that buying guns is not a crime. We, the leaders of Ambazonians, have told you that defending yourselves from terrorists, colonialists, is not a crime. So it is your right to buy guns. Some other people are afraid to say it on camera and in the United States. I am saying it with my name, TAPAng IVO, my face, my brain, and in the United States, that buy guns.